Right, what's going on, boys? And today, there's been a little bit of an issue with pets recently, and when it comes to pets, that's when a lot of people tend to stop joking around about stuff and get serious, because admittedly, pets are better than humans. So I'm going to put this at the start of the video, purely so most people that watch this actually see it. There's going to be a petition in the description to get these people monetized. And I'll explain why you should probably sign it right now. It's pretty much, there's this YouTuber by the name of Nikki Phillippi, and she had a dog, you know, she's a family channel, basically. That's what she does. Now she has a dog and she also has a kid. So whilst that dog was eating, her kid decides to go up to that dog. And as you know, dogs can get pretty territorial over stuff like food, toys, treats, stuff like that. So obviously the dog bites the kid because it thinks it's going to take some of his food, and obviously the dog was territorial. English, it's just a hard language. The dog was territorial over it, obviously. So the dog bites the kid, not like a grabs his hand and rags it. I don't understand putting the dog down if it did that, but it just get it a little nip, you know, which is the dog's way of warning, like, yo, this is mine, back the fuck up. The initial one is growling, which I presume the dog did, but obviously they don't pay attention to the pre-warnings. They just go for on the fact that the dog nipped him a little bit, just to warn him. So obviously, instead of trying to rehome the dog after they bit the child, what are they going to do? They're just like, you know what? Kill the cunt. Fucking kill him. So they decided to kill the dog, but what's actually pretty disturbing about the situation, they took a photo shoot with the dog just before going to get it killed. The dog was perfectly healthy. They could have rehomed it. They claimed they didn't know what else to do. Now, I could understand maybe why they thought getting it put down was an option, because people say if a dog bites you, once it gets a taste for blood, it's probably best to put it down. However, this isn't the case because the dog didn't do it with malicious intent. So this video I'm about to show you could explain something more about why this happened, so just roll that real quick. 3, 4...
Oh my god. Oh my.
As you can see from that, they're using a smaller dog, a smaller object, as like a prey type thing, a toy, essentially. Which could have also influenced the fact that the dog thought it was okay to nip the little child, because they're teaching it that small things are toys, whether it's alive or not. Now that could be a bit of a reach, but that's just my thing. That's what I think personally, because you can get dogs into habits. So if you're annoying your dog with a smaller dog, eventually it's gonna, you know, start having little play fights with that dog. So it probably tried to do that with the child, because that's a small thing as well. And obviously it didn't go too well. You could call that a bit of a reach, but that's just my personal opinion. That's what I think. Disagree with me in the comments if you want. Now, I could also imagine for their little dog, this also wasn't very fun, because that could give the little dog anxiety, because if you think about it, that little dog probably thinks that it's going to try and get it into a fight with the big dog. And it just shows their behaviour themselves with their pets. They don't treat them like actual animals. Like, yeah, it's fine to play with your dog. Play with it with some toys, not an actual fucking other small dog. And just to add on to their shitness a bit more, these people wanted to adopt children before they had this small child that was bitten. They wanted to adopt some children, but they didn't, because the people that they were adopting them from, in the contract that you have to sign when adopting, it said you couldn't film them and post it on the internet. Because, you know, who the fuck wants kids if you can't use them for content and money? That's just... it's fucking stupid. That's what family channels are for. And the thing to me is, they clearly didn't have any feelings towards the dog either, because they owned the dog for 9 years. 9 fucking years. That is more than half of my life. So the fact that they just killed it off instantly after this one little slip up from the dog, which was learning that behavior in the first place, is kind of fucking weird. It's like they didn't... it's sociopathic in a way, because they didn't have any feelings towards just getting rid of the dog. Especially when they took a photo shoot with it to post on the fucking Instagram minutes before killing it. So I've just found this on Twitter. A video of them essentially encouraging aggression from the dog. The blame is mostly on them. Roll the clip.
Bowser found a new chew toy. Good boy. Ready? You see the shoe? Get it. Oh, he's a good boy. He didn't even give it back. I spoke too soon. Shake it around. Kill the shoe. Kill it. Kill it. Kill it. Kill the shoe. Kill the shoe. Good boy. Good boy. Kill it.
So there's an example of them encouraging the violent behaviour from the dog. Now you might be like, oh, it's just a shoe. It's not going to learn anything from that. Wrong. Once again, little objects. The dog couldn't care less whether it's alive or not, because he's been taught, as you could see from that, to kill the shoe. Now, obviously, I'm not saying the dog would just go and kill something small, but it would rag it around, probably, because he's encouraging the behaviour. He's like, yes, that's good, boy. Usually when a dog bites a shoe and rips shit up, you're like, nah, stop, that's not good. But instead, this absolute brainlet is encouraging it for whatever fucking reason. Like, they have no excuse for this shit, because there is proof of videos of them encouraging the behaviour from the dog, so they can't blame it on the dog. That's the way the dog was brought up. They can't be like, oh, the dog just flipped out of nowhere. We had no clue that it was going to happen. You brought that behaviour onto yourselves. You joked about it for the content, you know, woohoo. You turned your dog into a violent dog for the content. And even then, it wasn't even that violent, really. It was just has certain triggers, I presume, as to when to do stuff from past behaviour of them saying, yes, that's good. Dogs are only as good as their owners teach them to be. So if you actually give them consequences for doing bad behaviour instead of encouraging it, they'll be like, that's wrong, I shouldn't do that in the future. But if you encourage it, they're going to carry on doing it. So realistically, they shouldn't have been surprised when it just, in their words, flipped or snapped and bit the child. So that's going to be it from me for today's video, boys. I appreciate you watching. Kind of a more serious video because these people are just fucking stupid. As I said, link in the description for the petition, because we need to get these cunts off YouTube. Like, fuck getting them demonetized. Remove their channel. Honestly, have no mercy on them. I don't give a shit about scumbags like this. They don't fucking belong on the platform. And with that being said, boys, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and that's going to be it. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you all very soon. Peace out, people. Goodbye.
Gotta find